Hello, the story of the film we are going to tell today is called 10,000 Years Before Christ. Are you ready? So let's go. After his father left the tribe, the young boy Dlay tries to befriend another boy named Karen, but he is rejected and insulted by him. Angry, Dlay confronts Karen, and the two begin to fight. Tik-Tik, a member of the tribe, arrives to break up the fight. After Dlay turns away, Karen calls him a coward but is scolded by the older member. At dusk, Evolette, the girl with the blue eyes, approaches Dlay to talk to him. She reveals that he is alone, much like herself. When Dlay inquires about what happened to her people, she discloses that they were all killed by the demons with 4 legs. Upon learning this, the boy takes Evolette's hand and assures her that she will never be alone. He then points to a star and tells her that it will never fade, just like the love he feels for her. After a few years, Dlay and the others have grown up, and, along with Baku, they are waiting for the Manics to arrive. Curious, Baku asks when he will become a hunter, but due to his chattiness, the boy receives an unpleasant response from Dlay. Seconds later, Evolette appears to talk to Dlay and asks him to run away with her. She knows that Karen is an excellent hunter, and whoever wins the hunt for the Manics will be with Evolette. Without hesitation, Dlay refuses because he doesn't want to play the same role his father did in abandoning his people in the past. He declares that he will kill the Manic no matter what it takes. After waiting for a while, the young boy Baku hears the noise made by the Manics from a distance and rushes to alert Dlay. The next day, Tik-Tik explains how the hunt will work, stating that only one of them will claim the white spear, thus staying with Evolette. In the hunting field, everyone is crawling in the presence of the giant Manics. Tik-Tik easily locates their leader and taunts him, causing the mammoth to startle and run with its herd. Shortly after, Tik-Tik blows the whistle, signaling the young hunters to go after the ice giants, and the hunt begins. Dlay wastes no time and sprints as fast as he can towards the herd. After covering some distance, the young man realizes that a mammoth is charging toward him. In an emergency reaction, he throws himself to the ground, narrowly escaping being completely crushed by another mammoth. Baku alerts that the mammoths are approaching and shouts for others to prepare to throw the net when the animal passes. After the leader is spotted, the net is thrown, capturing the mammoth. Karen quickly throws his spear to take the animal's life, but he misses, and the giant mammoth manages to break free from the rope and run away. In an attempt to stop the animal, the guys throw themselves into the net but are carried along and fail to halt the beast. As Dlay is trapped in the net, he is carried far away with the animal. With great effort, he manages to free himself and runs to retrieve his spear, throwing it at the mammoth. However, this only angers the mammoth, which charges at Dlay with all its might. Quickly, Dlay secures his spear in some rocks in the hope of finishing off the animal, and with luck, his plan succeeds as the pierced mammoth falls lifeless before him. After this achievement, the other guys, including Karen, are proud of Dlay and congratulate him. However, Tik-Tik doesn't seem happy at all. Why is that? We'll find out more later. Moments later, Evolette and Old Mother arrive, and Dlay claims the white spear, thus winning Evolette's companionship. On the same night as the hunt, everyone is celebrating because they now have food for a long time. However, Dlay doesn't seem happy, and Evolette goes to him to find out what's going on. She asks why Tik-Tik didn't join the celebration, but without saying anything, Dlay heads towards Tik-Tik's shelter. Inside, he confesses that he wasn't brave enough and that the Manic's death was all a lie. He leaves the hut, relinquishing the white spear. After leaving the hut, Evolette arrives, and Dlay reveals that he didn't kill the Manic. When he tried to release the net, his hand got stuck, and the Manic fell onto his spear. While everyone is sleeping, Old Mother hears a strange noise outside and goes to investigate. To her dismay, it's the demons with 4 legs. The invaders quickly start kidnapping members of the tribe. Young Baku is told to hide somewhere, and sadly, he witnesses his mother being killed right before his eyes. Dlay rushes to help his people, but Tik-Tik stops him. All Dlay can do is helplessly watch Evolette being taken by the invaders. Enraged, Dlay declares that he will go after the invaders. Karen denies the idea, stating that they are flying demons. Dlay argues that he didn't see wings on the invaders. Tik-Tik appears and offers to go with Dlay to rescue the others. Baku wants to join, but Old Mother insists he stays and that Karen should go with Dlay and Tik-Tik to rescue the others. In the morning, Old Mother bids farewell to the boys, and they set out to rescue the others. After walking the entire day, the 3 stop to rest for the night. On the morning of the next day, as they resume their journey, Baku is discovered. Tik-Tik orders the boy to return home, but he refuses, stating that he wants to help since his mother was killed right in front of him. Accepting his determination, they continue the journey together. After walking for some kilometers, Baku discovers an item left by Evolette that will make their journey easier. After several days of walking without finding any traces of Evolette and the others, the four pause for the night. Karen suggests that the invaders may have wings, but Tik-Tik argues that his brothers do not. The next morning, one of the invaders discovers that Evolette is leaving tracks and begins to punish her, whipping her hand. Passing through the same location where Evolette was being punished, the four find her trail and hear a noise coming from within the forest. Inside, a giant creature attacks one of the invaders, prompting them to hurry to leave that location. Shortly afterward, Dlé finds a giant bird's claw. After walking for some time, they spot Evolette and the other members of her tribe. They hide and observe their movements. Dlé suggests they should rescue them during the night, but Tik-Tik dismisses the idea, stating that at night, they will be even more vigilant. While everyone is still asleep in the morning, a deranged invader approaches Evolette, attempting to take advantage of her. Dlé appears and knocks the mad invader out with a blow to the head, finally giving Evolette the hug she desired. After realizing that Evolette has disappeared, the invaders start looking for her. Dlé manages to take down the invader guarding the other captives, freeing only one of them. They flee as other invaders pursue them. Karen is captured in the process. Out of nowhere, a giant bird swoops down on the invaders and attacks them. Dlé also fights with one of the birds, running with Evolette into a tree to escape another bird. Young Baku falls, narrowly avoiding a serious injury. Dlé decides to divert the attention of the birds to him, knocking one out with a stone. He manages to finish off another bird with luck. Evolette and Baku reunite but are captured by the invaders using a net. Evolette is punished and warned never to try to escape again. Dlé finds Tik-Tik severely injured and carries him along. During the night, Dlé goes out to hunt in an attempt to find food. Unfortunately, he falls into a hole and faints. Shortly after, it starts to rain, and Dlé wakes up drowning, with some birds attempting to eat him alive. After trying to escape, he realizes the tiger is also drowning. He contemplates finishing the animal but decides to help it instead. After freeing the tiger, he approaches, but the tiger does nothing and escapes from the hole. In the morning, Dlé reunites with Tik-Tik, and from a distance, they spot another tribe. They approach and start eating the tribe's food. Moments later, armed members arrive, and the tiger reappears, approaching Dlé and then leaving. Hours later, Dlé and Tik-Tik are invited to eat, and Dlé is curious about how the tribe members speak the same language. It's revealed that they learned it from Dlé's father, who had left their tribe many years ago. The father had been abducted, along with many others, by the mountain gods, and no one had returned. The tribe sage believes Dlé is the man of legend who will free their people, the man who speaks with the saber-toothed tiger. The next day, Dlé, Tik-Tik, and the tribe members join forces on a mission to liberate their people from the mountain gods. An invader offers water to Baku, but in anger, he grabs handfuls of sand and throws them into the invader's eyes. Furious, the invader attempts to strangle the boy but is punished by their leader. Dlé and his followers encounter another tribe along the way and manage to join forces, increasing the number of people on the mission. Each day, more tribes join Dlé, significantly boosting their numbers. After several days of walking, Dlé spots Evolette and the others being carried on ships. They can't attack and can only watch, increasing everyone's hope. After walking for days, they reach the Mountains of the Gods, where many men are working on the construction of 2 pyramids. Moments later, a king arrives, and everyone is forced to lie down. The king orders his subordinate to sacrifice one of them, and a man is chosen and thrown from the top of the pyramid. During the night, Dlé and a tribe member eliminate the guard who was watching over where the slaves sleep and enter the area. Inside, Dlé meets Baku and Karen. He then asks a slave and his siblings to join him in the fight. The slave initially refuses, stating that the number of people doesn't matter because humans cannot defeat gods. However, Dlé gains his trust after the tribe member mentions that he can communicate with the saber-toothed tiger. Afterward, they rescue a blind man from a hole who reveals he was a servant of the gods, condemned to that place. Dlé seeks information about the gods, and the wise blind man shares that they fear the person with the mark of the hunter, the brightest star in the sky. Later, the guards notice a strange movement where the slaves were sleeping. They investigate, and Dlé, along with the tribe member, escapes to avoid being seen. However, the guards discover their location. Tik-Tik appears and fights with the guards. While Tik-Tik manages to eliminate 2 guards, he is pierced by one and dies in Dlay's arms. As an invader approaches Evolette, she manages to grab her knife. The king's henchmen arrive in time to take the invader to another place and confiscate Evolette's knife. They also discover that Evolette has the mark of the hunter on her hand, feared by the gods. She is then taken to another place, where the king's subordinate confirms her mark. He rushes to inform the king, who becomes desperate and anxious. The next day, Dlay and the others infiltrate among the slaves and begin to set the plan in motion. Upon seeing thousands of guards ascending the ramp, Karen runs towards them to fight and buy time, but is pierced and killed. Meanwhile, Dlay pierces a mammoth, causing the animal to charge towards the guards and crush them. Soon after, Dlay sounds the whistle, and both the slaves and the mammoth start running towards the henchmen in search of their liberation. The battle begins. Everyone runs towards the king's palace, but Dlay instructs them to stop as Evolette has been placed in front of the palace. The king appears to negotiate, offering Dlay to take Evolette and leave the slaves. Dlay accepts, but insists on taking his entire people, the Yagle. He then asks about the fate of the other slaves, and the king declares they will remain slaves forever. Dlay rejects this declaration and hurls his spear, hitting the king's heart directly. Dlay asserts that he is not a god. The battle resumes, and Evolette is taken by one of the henchmen, calling for Dlay. They run towards her, and while being carried away, Evolette manages to grab an arrow from the henchman and pierces him, causing them to fall from the horse. When Evolette gets up and runs towards Dlay, the henchman shoots an arrow into her back. She falls into Dlay's arms, powerless. In fury, Dlay kills the henchman. Afterward, he goes to talk to Evolette, who can no longer say anything and faints. Dlay walks away, crying, towards the mammoths and kneels before one of them. However, he quickly runs back to where Evolette is. When he arrives, Evolette regains consciousness, bringing joy to Dlay. So, this was our history 10,000 years before Christ. See you in our next story. Until then.